planning. Majority of persons out of the 24 got it right, and that made it the model score, while some number of persons who are in the minority didn't do so well on that. Now, question 6 tried to look at the concept of OCB. As you remember, the Director General of your BPP spoke to the something that will be happening in a few days or a few weeks' time about the 4 agencies that the state wants to use as a pioneer MDAs for e-procurement platform. So this is asking us, this particular open competitive bidding, what does it entail? A lot of persons, by our accounts, got it right, while the smallest number of persons got it wrong. And question 7 is trying to look at the process DRR, or the processes DRR. So question 7, question 6 tried to look at it, peripherally, on the periphery, whereas question 7 tried to dig deeper and ask us to list out these processes one by one. And so people on the, in general, did well on that question, which made it the model score, while the least number of persons got the next score after that, which is 6. On the concept of bid security, the question also went in that direction, asking people, what do we know of this concept? What is bid security? And greatest number of persons got it right by getting it, while the smallest number of persons got 4 out of that available score of 10. So question 9 is asking us, apart from OCB, what are the other methods of procurement? Or is it just open competitive bidding we have? Are there other methods? And so people had these scores. And what we had in this question is that score of 8, 4, and 0 were obtained equally, right? So 8 persons scored 8, 8 persons scored 4, 8 persons scored 0, right? And that's the outcome we had in that particular instance. For question 10, it's asking us to mention what can be the offenses, right, in public procurement. And a lot of persons did not know, and that made 0 the model score, while a few number of persons know, right? And that made 4 the least score obtained. Now, from question 11 down, the highest number of mark you can get is 4, right? And so when the question asking us to, is the organization involved in bid openings or in monitoring and issues like that, a lot of persons answered, gave an answer in the negative, and that made 0 the model score. And also, the question that follows, which is asking whether any of your staff had attended previous training on public procurement, that response was also given in the negative. Question 13 tried to look at whether the CSO belonged to any network on public procurement. We also find that a lot of persons gave response to that answer in the negative. Now, question 14 is trying to look at, ask us to rate ourselves, right? It's asking you to rate yourself from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, or rather 0 being the lowest, and 10 being the highest. And by your own hands, everybody rated themselves. The greatest number of persons rated themselves 2, right? And we returned the score as accordingly, right? So question 15 now asks us, what are the issues you think that this training can look at? And lots of us, everybody was coming from their own angle. People were giving their inputs from their own angle. And those inputs you gave, could be summarized with the first bullet points, right? That people want to know everything there is relating to public procurement, right? Moving from there, people also want to know how they can be involved in public procurement monitoring. And they also want to know the role of CSOs. So I'm glad that these elements of what are on the board also featured in the DG's speech. And during the sessions that will follow right now, we will see how all of this fits together. So this is just the final outlook of things. This slide summarizes everything that everyone scored in the states. So the average for the states, score of everybody put together and divided by 24, is that the highest person scored 80. The highest respondents that obtained marks got 80. The highest number of persons got 74. The middle score is 58, whereas the person that scored the lowest got 4 per 100. And to sum it up, 8 persons scored less than 50, whereas the remaining 16 got 50 marks and above. So with this, I thank all of you for your rapt attention as we look forward to the next sessions that follow. Thank you.